Thank you for your time, Puneet. We're here at EXCON 2023, and as with every EXCON, I think the vibes have been very, very positive, have been very, very strong, positive sentiments. Can we start off with an update on Case's presence here at this year's show? What is your focus? What are you trying to communicate to the industry?
Sure. So CASE has been part of the EXCON since its beginning, and we had been a regular participant here. And we try and come to EXCON with a story every time, right? The last EXCON was a significant one. The previous one was a significant one. We had actually entered into a couple of new segments. This time also we are here. Out of 10 products which we are displaying here, 6 of them are something where we have a story to tell with something new or something upgrade or a new category where we are entering into. So to start with, we have got a skid steer, which is a made in India for the world product. While many other brands are present in India with this kind of product, but most of them are either imported or kind of a CKD machines. But what we are showcasing here is a made in India product, and we are extremely also excited to share that the complete assembly line of this product is managed by women.
Amazing.
So not only the supervisor, but from supervisor to the blue collar, the entire line is managed by girls, and they're doing it fantastic job. That line will not only cater to India, but also will be catering to the export markets. So it's a very big responsibility which these young girls have taken on their shoulder, and they're doing it beautifully. The other machine what we are showcasing is an electric mini excavator. It's our okay. So electric kind of Case was a kind of a pioneer. We were the first ones to make an electric backhoe back in US. What we are showing here is a mini excavator, which is an electric machine. We are just gauging the response, how it goes, and then obviously we'll have plans to localize it once we see a business case over there. But with electric machine, we are also stating our efforts towards sustainability. So that is something which is not only a product or a technology, but also an ethos which we are trying to, showcase in a material form. Then we are launching a mini excavator, 3.5 ton, which is a machine which we are showcasing for the first time in an exhibition, which actually announces our entry into the mini excavator segment. So that's a third machine. The fourth machine what we are showing is a BS5 compliant, a BS-EV5 compliant backhoe loader, 74 HP machine, but the technology and our statement is to the world that we are actually ready with the technology. And with this machine, BS5 technology and our preparedness, the export markets which are on a more matured level of emission norms, so European markets and American markets, those markets actually open for us. Alongside that, we are also showcasing a BS5 compliant compactor, which is the one with Padfoot shell here, what we're showing, which is so these two machines will actually open up new markets for us, and sooner or later it will come in India as well. So we will be prepared by the time. In addition to the machines, we have also launched a series of rather a brand of parts by the name of Fleet Pro. And the logic is, it is very common that for the initial period of ownership, the customers prefer to purchase genuine parts, right? But as the machine grows older, the propensity of keeping the machine as genuine as possible for various reasons goes down, right? So Fleet Pro is an effort from our side to keep providing the genuine parts for the machines which are slightly older, right? So that the customer's requirement of a reliable machine remains intact, and the general practice of going to the spurious market, where you have a lot of abuses which happen to the product, the main machine, because generally you see the tolerances will not be right? The material hardnesses will not be correct, the fitments will not be right. So our effort is to provide a part which actually is as good as genuine part with respect to all these technical parameters, but at a more economical price point. So that's an effort which we are showcasing over here. So you've got 5-6 different kind of stories. There's one machine which is an upgrade, 50 HP 770 NXE, which has got a new cabin, a new ops cabin, which is in a way, giving more safer environment for the operator to work on, work on the sites. So every machine what we are showcasing, there's an excavator CX220 which has got more features like rear view camera, the joysticks, the thinner joysticks, more responsive. So there are a couple of things which every machine is having, whether it's a new or an upgrade. So it's a whole range of stories which we are talking about.
Very interesting range of machines that you've showcased as well. I mean, I'd like to touch upon certain topics that you touched upon. One is definitely the emission regulation changes that are happening, and also the focus on sustainability, right? So we clearly see the off-highway, off-road segment is sort of following the passenger car and the on-road commercial vehicle segment as far as emission regulation is concerned. What do you think is going to be the future in India in particular on the emission side? On one side, we have BS5 regulations coming in, but companies like Case, as you indicated, you're already ready for electric, and then we're also seeing other technologies come in. So how do you see this entire thing panning out? And again, where do you see Case positioned, for this change?
Okay. So whichever way it goes, I'll answer your second question first.
Yeah.
Okay. So whichever way it goes, Case is ready. We have got technologies on alternate fuel. We have got technologies, products already out for electric, for example. There's a very advanced work is happening for the connected machines, connected site kind of this thing. It's already implemented at various places. So Case has always been at the forefront of technology, and the technology which goes in the machine, which ultimately benefits the customer, not just for the fun of having a technology or a feature having on a machine which customer is not going to use or get benefited from. So first statement is that we are ready, and actually many places we are actually leading the change as an organization, as a brand. Now, where do we see the whole thing going? So we believe that not one technology probably in near future will rule the entire universe. There will be a space for every technology. There will be a space for electric. There will be space for IC engine based machines. There will be space for hydrogen fuel. There will be space for ethanol based. And so there will be ultimately the customer will drive the demand, right? And customers are looking with every machine to solve a problem. So as far as the solution is provided, I think it would not matter that what fuel it is actually running on.
Correct.
As long as the customer's problem is solved in the most economical and most efficient way.
Right.
So I don't think that one technology will rule the other in that way. And I'm sure in future more new technologies would emerge.
Wonderful.
But there's a huge room for every technology to have their space at this point of time.
And I think as a manufacturer, you have to be ready. And I think that is what Case is doing.
And actually, we are very happy to share that we are working with our customers to we're kind of co-creating,
right,
for very the customer.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It has to solve a problem.
Correct.
Nobody buys a machine to park it in his garage.
Very true. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I want to ask you, there's so much of positive sentiment, right? I think we hear this more from people coming outside of India, which is a very good indicator. Of course, within the country, especially in infra development, given the kind of impetus given by the government, it's all positive. It's all good, huge potential, lots of opportunities. There will still be challenges, right? So according to you, what do you still consider maybe the top 2 or top 3 challenges that exist? Of course, every challenge also has a solution. So what according to you, are the challenges which can be taken as opportunities as well?
So at least for the short term, near future, we don't see any challenges going to derail the industry. Right?
Great to hear.
I think we are well set on target to become number 2 market worldwide by 2030. I don't see any challenge going or coming on the way.
Okay.
The kind of jobs or the kind of infrastructure what India needs. On a macro level, it doesn't look like there's anything going to derail.
Right.
Because most of the projects are long-term projects, right? So the investments have started or being prepared to be started. They are not going to stop for a couple of years, and it has got a long investment recovery cycle. So there's a good growth story which will go. There could be blips here and there.
Mhm.
There could be a short blip because of elections next year, but I think
Right.
the inherent fundamentals are so strong,
Yeah.
it will bounce back. So I don't see any challenge. Uh, Actually, I see more opportunities because the more work we have, the more quantum of work needed to be done with lesser time and more efficiently, more economically.
Right.
That will actually push the entire industry to work towards more advanced and efficient machines. So I mean that's an opportunity. I don't see a challenge.
Brilliant. I'm pleasantly surprised to hear that. I mean, because usually there's always a pair of challenges and opportunities coming together.
Yeah.
That's fantastic to hear.
See, the ethos of this industry is that there's a problem which a customer needs to.
Correct. That is true. That is true.
He is finding the solution for.
Right. Right.
So our job is to help him get the solution.
Right.
So
but as you said, at a macro level, there aren't too many challenges. It's fantastic to hear, I would say. Right. And also with the changing emission regulation, you touched upon it in the first answer itself. How many new markets do you see for export as well? Because that's another interesting story for India, where companies are making in India for the world. It's no longer only for India. How is the export story for Case?
So we started pretty early, and the export story for us is very, very strong. We are already exporting to 105 plus countries today, and with BS5, more markets will get open for us for more products.
Right.
We have just now, I think last week, shipped a stage 5 excavator to European market.
Fantastic.
I mean, let alone a wheel mounted, it's a stage 5 excavator.
Maybe.
So for us, exports is a very, very strong story. Skid steer line will cater to the export markets. Backhoes are already going, compactors are already being exported. Excavator, I just told you. And in addition to that, there are a lot of components which we are exporting. The fabrications are going to the different markets. Even our tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers, they are getting benefited because of the leverage what we can extend them to. So export is a good story, and as we speak, I think around 50% of our production is exported. And it's the same machine from the same assembly line which goes to an export market and also comes to Indian market. So we don't differentiate, barring some bells and whistles or the local market requirement, but basic machine which an Indian customer gets is the same.
Fantastic.
Which goes to the export market.
Brilliant. Right. So one last thing in terms of growth, what kind of growth are you looking for FY 23-24, and also an outlook for the medium to long term, if you whatever you can share.
So as an industry, I think the industry would be growing around 18 to 20% this year, and I think our estimate is that it will be similar next year as well, and we will not be falling behind
similar levels as well.